When the Great Depression hit in the 1930s, the American Leaf Tobacco Company was in trouble. Leaf tobacco was declining in popularity, and supply was hard to come by. The four sons of the Shoren family, Joseph, A.J., Philip, and Ira, were on the verge of losing the company their father, Morris Shoren, had founded in 1908. It would have been a devastating loss for this powerful New York family to lose everything after having built it from the ground up. But perhaps inspired by the words of American capitalist Henry Ford, the Shoren family saw failure as the opportunity to begin again, only this time more intelligently. So in 1938, the Shoren family pivoted their business in a completely different direction, starting a business that they thought would top all the others. Naturally, they called it Tops. After hiring a marketing firm to help guide their pivot, the Shorens decided they would manufacture chewing gum, and they had a slick marketing strategy to go with it. They would make small pieces of chewing gum that cost 1 penny and sell them at the counters of drugstores and grocery stores. Dubbed a change maker, the idea was for clerks to offer some chewing gum in place of 1 or 2 pennies in change after a transaction. Chewing gum and candy were seen as products for kids, but this clever bit of marketing introduced adults to the product as well. But would it work? Would Tops really be able to save their father's company by selling 1-cent pieces of chewing gum? There was only one way to find out. After leasing 10,000 feet of space in the Gresh building in Brooklyn, they began making chewing gum. They started with 4 flavors: cinnamon, spearmint, pepsin, and peppermint. With only a few ingredients and using old restored machinery to manufacture and package the gum, Tops was able to distribute and sell their gum at stores all over New York very quickly. Pretty soon, most stores in the New York City area had Tops chewing gum on their counters. And almost immediately, their marketing strategy worked. Customers began rounding up their grocery orders using 1 or 2 pieces of chewing gum, and then when the stores ran out, store owners bought more wholesale from Tops, who was just down the street. Tops also began selling their gum in bars, nightclubs, and vending machines, something that they had learned from their days selling tobacco. Almost overnight, Tops was a success. Throughout New York City, adults were buying and consuming Tops chewing gum regularly, even despite the downturn in the economy. Then, when the Second World War hit, Tops obtained a contract with the U.S. military to provide Tops chewing gum in field rations for servicemen. This meant even more exposure for Tops, guiding them into the second half of the 20th century with plenty of momentum for the next big shift into baseball cards. But before baseball cards, Tops wasn't done innovating the novelty candy world. They made a chocolate and marshmallow candy bar called Opera, a fruit-flavored gum they called Bazooka, and another gum with cartoon drawings made using vegetable dye called Tattoo Bubblegum. It was around this time that Tops hired a man named Cy Berger to handle all marketing for the company. Though the Shoren family clearly had the ability to implement a widely successful marketing campaign that essentially saved the company from disaster, Cy Berger would take Tops to a whole new level in the coming years.
Oh boy, a pirate treasure map! I'm rich!
By this time, it was clear that baseball cards were the future of marketing candy and gum. Tops definitely noticed the success Gum Inc., aka Bowman, were having in Philadelphia with their play ball cards. So it wasn't long before Cy Berger and his creative team started designing some of the most innovative and attractive baseball cards the world had ever seen. And by 1956, Tops was on top of the baseball card world, using the momentum of a newfound industry of card collecting as rocket fuel for their modest chewing gum empire, born only 18 years earlier. Less than 20 years for Tops to go from a struggling leaf tobacco company in the 30s to a profit-making baseball card company in the booming 1950s.